Okay, the second topic in mathematics in the modern world is the language of mathematics. So by the end of the lesson, students should discuss the language, symbols, and conventions of mathematics. Number 2, analyze if the given is a mathematical sentence, mathematical phrase, English sentence, and English noun. And then number 3, we have to compare the nature of mathematics as language. So in our pre-activity, there are two situations that I already gave to you, and based from our activity, we cannot understand the drama without English subtitles. Why? Because people have imaginative mind, and even if you cannot read the subtitle, you can predict what happened or what will happen to the characters in the story because of the storyline. So, for the book, the history of mathematics, and gave you the title of the book and author, and then the context is written in the language you cannot understand. The instructor is not being fair. The instructor is probably trying to make a point that although the ideas in the paragraph may be simple, there is no access to the ideas without the knowledge of the language in which the ideas are expressed. So meaning, kapag hindi mo naiintindihan yung lengguwahe, hindi ka marunong magbasa ng language ng ibang lugar, hindi mo maiintindihan kung ano yung binabasa mo. And that proceed in our topic, the language of mathematics. Okay. The language of mathematics makes it easy to express the kinds of thoughts that mathematicians like to express. So, it is, number 1, precise. Number 2, concise. And number 3, powerful. So, the language of mathematics can be learned but requires the efforts needed to learn any foreign language. So, madami nagsasabi, kahit kayo, nahihirapan kayo sa mathematics. Ang pag-aaral ng language of mathematics is the same din ang pag-aaral ng language ng ibang lugar. So, every language has its vocabulary and its rules for combining these words into complete thoughts or the sentences. So, bawat language naman, nag-i-start tayo, for example, sa letters. Then, after letters, we have the words. And then, after the words, we have the vocabulary. And then, we need to combine the words into complete idea. And we can now form the sentences. So, mathematics is no exception. So, kung sa English language, meron tayong combination of different words that can form into one complete sentence, in mathematics, wala rin pinagkaiba. As a first step in discussing the mathematical language, we will make a very broad classification between the nouns of mathematics and the sentences of mathematics. Hindi lamang sa English language merong noun and sentences. Sa mathematics, meron din tayo niyan. Okay. The classification of mathematical nouns versus sentences does not typically appear in math books. So, hindi siya basta-basta makikita sa ibang libro. Gaya ng sabi ko sa inyo, this subject is different from your typical math subjects. However, the author has learned that there is tremendous benefit to be derived from this classification of the basic building blocks of mathematics. Pero sure ako na yung mga ibang topics natin dito is na-discuss na sa inyo during your early years in junior high school. So without such understanding, people are more likely to fall prey to common syntax errors. For example, inappropriately setting things equal to 0 or stringing things together with equal signs as if the equal sign means I'm going to the next step. So hindi lahat ng equation sa math na kapag nilagyan mo ng equal sign, ibig sabihin ay okay na, pwede ka na mag-move sa next step. So, usually, sa mga calculator, kapag mali ka ng pindot, halimbawa, nagdoble-doble ang parenthesis mo, and then, you don't know how to use the proper operations or proper parenthesis or brackets in between, nagkakaroon ka ng syntax errors. So, let us discuss the English nouns, English sentence, mathematical expression, and mathematical sentence. So, for English, so we have nouns versus sentences. Again, nouns are used to name things we want to talk about. So, alam naman natin kung anong nouns. So, those are people, places, and things. Whereas, sentences are used to state the complete thoughts. Okay. A typical English sentence has at least one noun and at least one verb para magkaroon sila ng complete idea. So, for example, Carol loves mathematics. Okay. So, dito, Carol and mathematics are the nouns and loves is a verb. Ma'am, bakit po may S yung loves? Kasi si Carol, nag-iisa siya, so singular, so may S ang verb niya. That is the rule in the English grammar. So, Carol loves mathematics. Again, here in this sentence, Carol and mathematics are nouns and loves is a verb. Next, mathematics. So, mathematics expressions versus sentence. Kanina, nouns versus sentences. Ngayon naman, in mathematics, hindi na siya noun. Ang noun sa mathematics is called as expressions and sentence is also called sentence. So, the mathematical analog of a noun will be called an expression. So, an expression is a name given to a mathematical object of interest. Whereas, in English, we need to talk about people, places, things, and we'll see that mathematics has much different objects of interest. So, ito yung mga simpleng x, x plus y, 1 plus 1. So, those are expressions. The mathematical analog of a sentence will also be called a sentence. So, walang pinagkaiba ito sa English sentence. Ang pinagkaiba lamang is iba ng symbol. So, may table ako ipapakita, makikita natin diyan yung pinagkaiba ng English sentence, English noun, mathematical expression, and mathematical sentence. So, for example, sa English, we have noun, person, place, thing. So, for example, Carol, idaho, and book. Sa mathematics, pag sinabing expression, yan yung mga walang equal sign. So, 5, 2 plus 3, 1 half, negative 6, negative 9, x plus y, x squared, and so on. For the complete thought, sa English sentence, halimbawa, the capital of Idaho is boys. The capital of Idaho is Pocatello. Wherein in mathematics, so examples, 3 plus 4 equals 7, 3 plus 4 equals 8. So, ano yung pinagkaiba nung dalawa? So, kung papansin natin dito sa expression, wala siyang equal sign. Pagdating naman natin dito sa sentence, mathematical sentence, meron na tayo na equal sign. So, since people frequently need to work with numbers, these are the common type of mathematical expression. And numbers have also lot of names. For example, the expression 5. Sa English, kapag sinabing other words, other terms, that is called synonyms. Dito naman, sa math, ang sinasabi lamang, numbers have different names. For example, 5. That is an expression. Pero pwede mo siya express as 2 plus 3. Pwede rin siya na 10 divided by 2. Bakit? Kasi 10 divided by 2 is also 5. 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Another, we have 6 minus 2, which is 4, plus 1 is also 5. Next, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is also 5. So, these are the different names of the number 5. madami siyang pwedeng, pag sinabing different names sa mathematics, pwede mo siyang paghiwa-hiwalayin basta ang kanyang sagot is yung number na given. So, for example, dito sa 5, pwede pa rin natin siya nasabihin na 5 is equal to 1 half plus 1 half plus 1 half, 10 1 half. Kasi ang 10 1 half is also equivalent to 5. So, they all look different but are all just different names for the same number. Again, madami siyang pwedeng solution or kung paano makukuha yung number 5, and ang tawag doon kung sa English term is synonym. Sa atin naman, sa mathematics, that is called different names. So, this simple idea that numbers have lots of different names is extremely important in mathematics. Kasi sabi nga, there are many ways to kill a chicken, meaning madaming ways para makapag-solve ng isang problem. So, lahat tayo may kanya-kanyang technique kung paano natin masosolve ang isang problem in mathematics. So, English has the same concept. Gaya na sabi ko kanina, sa English, those are called synonyms. Yung may parehas na meaning or halos nagkakatulad sa meaning. So, however, this same subject, different name idea plays a much more fundamental role in mathematics than English. So, hindi natin masyadong i-focus dito, syempre, yung English kasi our subject is all about math. So, next, some ideas regarding sentences are explored. Just as English sentences have verbs, the mathematical sentences also have verbs. So, for example, in the mathematical sentence, 3 plus 4 equals 7. So, ang verb natin dito is yung equal sign. Halos lahat ng equation, halos lahat ng given natin, kapag sinabing mathematical sentence, ang verb niya talaga dun is yung equal sign. So, if you read the sentence as 3 plus 4 is equal to 7, then it's easy to hear the verb. Bakit? Kasi 3 plus 4. Yung is kasi is the verb, kung English sentence ang ating pag-uusapan. Pero kung siya naman ay in the form of mathematical sentence, the equal sign is the most popular mathematical verbs. Sentences can also be true or false. So, the notion of truth is of fundamental importance in the mathematical language. So, hindi lahat na ibinibigay dito na sentences, mathematical sentences, or English sentences ay true o kaya false. Meron din tayong mga terms na sometimes true, sometimes false, always true, always false. Hindi lang yung dalawang bagay na true or false. Okay. So, languages have conventions. In English, for example, it is conventional to capitalize the proper names. So, like yung Carol and Idaho, yung mga pangalan ng tao and also places, ay pag sinulat natin, nakakapitalize siya. So, this convention makes it easy for a reader to distinguish a common noun. Pag sinabi kasing Carol, kapag maliit na letter, that is a Christmas song. Pero kapag capital letter siya, nagiging name siya ng tao. So, mathematics also has its conventions, which help the readers distinguish between the different types of mathematical expressions. Here are more examples to help explore the difference between the sentences and expression. So, if possible, classify the entries in the list below as an English noun or mathematical expression, or an English sentence or a mathematical sentence. Okay. So, we have 16 numbers. Sulat natin lahat muna. Okay, so number 1 is cat, number 2 is 2. Number 3, the word cat begins with the letter K. Number 4, 1 plus 2 equals 4. Number 5, 5 minus 3. Number 6, 5 minus 3 equals 2. Number 7, the cat is black. Number 8, x. Number 9, x equals 1. Number 10, x minus 1 equals 0. Number 11, t plus 3. Number 12, t plus 3 equals 3 plus t. Number 13, this sentence is false. Number 14, x plus 0 equals x. Number 15, 1 times x equals x. And number 16, hat, sat, bat. Okay. So these are the answers in the given activity. So we will look for the verb and test the true or false now for English sentence and mathematical sentence only. Ang true or false ay applicable only sa English sentence and mathematical sentence. So kapag ang given is mathematical expression or an English noun, that is not considered to test the true or false. Number 1. So number 1, cat is a noun, English noun. So hindi natin siya ititest ng true or false kasi English noun nga siya. Number 2, mathematical expression because number 2 is number 2. Ang nakalagay, the given is 2. So that is mathematical expression. Number 3. Number 3, the word cat begins with the letter K. So that is an English sentence. The word is begins and it is always false. Bakit? Kasi sabi dun sa given, the word cat, yung pusa, yung English ng pusa, begins with the letter K. Nakalagay doon, naka-enclose siya sa quotation mark na cat, C-A-T. Kaya siya English sentence. Ang verb niya is begin and it is always false. Kasi yung word na cat always starts with letter C. Next one, 1 plus 2 equals 4. So this is a mathematical sentence. 1 plus 2 equals 4. So again, ang verb dito is the equal sign. So the sentence is always false because 1 plus 2 cannot be 4. So alam naman natin na always false siya kasi 1 plus 2 is not 4. It is 3. Number 5, it is mathematical expression. The given is 5 minus 3. So 5 minus 3 is a mathematical expression. Hindi natin iti-test ang true or false. Number 6. Number 6 is 5 minus 3 equals 2. So 5 minus 3 equals 2. It is a mathematical sentence and always true because 5 minus 3 is always 2. Next, the cat is black. That is an English sentence. So the verb in the sentence is the word is. So the sentence is sometimes true and sometimes false. Bakit? Kasi sabi doon, the cat is black. Hindi naman lahat ng pusa ay itim. So, kaya ang magiging sagot natin siya kapag test natin ang true or false, it is sometimes true and sometimes false. And minsan din, siya ay nakadepende kung ano yung iyong nakikita. Number 8. So, number 8 is mathematical expression. So, we have the letter x or the variable x. Number 9, x equals 1. That is mathematical sentence. Sentence x equals 1 is sometimes true, sometimes false. Kasi, bakit sometimes true, sometimes false? Kasi, depende ang value ng x kung ano yung binigay mong number. So, for example, ang binigay kong value ng x is 3. So, 3 is equal to 1. And that is sometimes false. Kasi, 3 is not equal to 1. Next, number 10. Number 10, x minus 1 equals 0. Again, this is a mathematical sentence. So, sometimes true and sometimes false. Kasi, nakadepende yon sa given value of x. So, for example, ang binigay kong value ng x is 2. So, 2 minus 1 equals 0. So, 2 minus 1 is 1. Kaya siya ay nagiging false. 11. Number 11 is t plus 3. So, that is a mathematical expression. Next, number 12, t plus 3 equals 3 plus t. So, that is a mathematical sentence. So, the sentence is true kasi kahit pagpalitin mo ang dalawang number or dalawang variables or dalawang term sa isang equation, pwede pa rin siyang maging equal. So, dito nakalagay, t plus 3 is equal to 3 plus t. So, kahit anong i-add mo sa 3, parehas lang magiging sagot doon sa kabila. Hindi siya naapektuhan nung iyong ibinigay na value. Kaya siya is always true. Next, this sentence is false. So, this is an English sentence. Sabi dito, hindi mo malalaman kung siya ay true or false. So, this is not true, not false, not sometimes true, and sometimes false. Kasi, if this sentence is true, then it would have to be false. If this sentence is false, then it would have to be true. Hindi siya pumapatak dun sa kategory ng apat. Ano ba yung kategory nating apat? So, we have always true, always false, sometimes true, and sometimes false. So, hindi siya. Pero siya ay English sentence. Minsan kapag mag-check ka kung siya ay true or false, dapat iisipin mo kung yung bang sentence ay may sense or wala. Number 14. Number 14, x plus 0 equals x. So, that is mathematical sentence. This sentence is always true. Kasi, kahit ano pang number ang ilagay mo as substitute for x, for example, 5, by adding 0, ang sagot niya is 5 pa din. So, that is always true. Next, mathematical sentence. Bakit siya mathematical sentence? 1 times x equals x. And then again, this sentence is always true kasi kahit anong i-substitute mo kay x, pag minultiply mo sa 1, kung ano yung given, yung pa rin ang sagot. And last, hat, sat, but. So, nakalagay dyan nonsensical. Gaya nga ng sabi ko sa inyo, depende kasi siya kung siya ay papatak sa category na true or false. Pero wala naman siyang complete idea, hat, sat, but. Hindi mo masasabing siya ay English noun. Kasi nga, 3 words siya. Pag sinabing noun, isa lang. And then, hindi naman masasabing mathematical expression kasi hat, sat, but. So, parang walang idea, walang complete thought. So, that is not an expression and not a sentence. So, hindi rin natin siya masasabi na kung siya ay English sentence or mathematical sentence. So, ilalagay na lang natin is nonsensical. So, by definition, an expression is the mathematical analog of an English noun. It is a correct arrangement of mathematical symbols used to represent a mathematical object of interest. An expression does not state a complete thought. In particular, it does not make sense to ask if an expression is true or false. So again, kaya lang nagkakaroon ng expression ng true or false kapag sentence siya, English or mathematical sentence. So in most mathematics books, the word expression is never defined, but is used to convenient catch-all to talk about anything to which the author wants to draw attention. So, sa math, hindi siya masyadong pinagbibigyan ng pansin, expression, for example, x squared, y squared, yan. Kasi, wala siyang value. Pero kung lalagyan mo siya ng, for example, x plus 5 equals 3, magkakaroon siya ng value kasi siya ay naging sentence. Makukuha natin yung value ng x na nawawala pag transpose natin yung isa, yung whole number dun sa kabila. Kapag kung siya ay x plus 5 lang, wala naman siyang sense. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo malalaman kung totoo or hindi yung isang equation. So, there are many types of expressions in mathematics because there are many types of mathematical objects to be discussed. So, some types of expressions are listed below. Don't worry about the words you don't recognize. So, in this book, we'll primarily concern ourselves only with numbers and sets. So, yung mga hindi nyo kilalang terms, okay lang yon. Basta ang ating pag-uusapan dito is about numbers and sets. So, 3 of the most common types of expressions are numbers, sets, and functions. So, sa English, ang kaparehas niya is people, places, and things. So, dito naman mga functions, equations, sets, numbers, variables, binomial, monomial, trinomial, and also equations. So, as mentioned earlier, a key idea in mathematics is that expressions have lots of different names. Even more importantly, the name we use depends on what we are doing with the expression. For example, kanina ang given ko is 5. Ngayon naman, yung number 1. Ano ba ang ibang pangalan ng number 1? So, we have 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 1. Then, 2 minus 1 is also 1. 1/2 plus 1/4 and 1/4 is also 1. And 5 divided by 5 is also 1. 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is also 1. So again, there are many ways to name a number. So dito kanina nga 5, ngayon 1. Pwede rin kayo magbigay ng 2 or 3, depende sa inyo kung ano number yung ibibigay. So the name 1/2 plus 1/2 is appropriate. For example, if we have to divide the candy bar evenly between two people, so halimbawa isang Toblerone, kailangan mo siyang hatiin sa dalawa. So syempre, hati 1/2 at saka 1/2, and that is equivalent to 1. So the name 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is also appropriate if we need to measure 1 cup of flour but only have a 1/3 cup measure. So for example, magluluto ka, ang iyong available lang na cup is pang sukat ng 1/3. So para makaisang buo ka, isang cup ka, 3 beses ng 1/3 cup yung iyong susukatin. Kasi ibig sabihin nun, 1/3 is equivalent to 1. Another, to simplify an expression means to get a different name for the expression that in some way is simpler. So, paano ba masasabi yung simpler? So, we have fewer symbols. So, halimbawa, pag sinabing simpler means using fewer symbols, 3 plus 1 plus 5 and 9 are both names for the same number. But 9 uses fewer symbols. Ibig sabihin, madaming pangalan ang isang number pero mas maganda kung kokonti yung symbol. Kasi pwede naman natin sabihin na 4 plus 5 at saka 9, pero yung 9 pa rin ang pipiliin kasi kokonti yung number. Kung pamimilian naman natin is 3 plus 1 plus 5 and 4 plus 5, dun tayo sa 4 and 5 kasi mas kokonti yung number. Fewer operations. So, kailan ba matatawag na simple ang isang pagpapangalan sa number or sa expression? So, kapag kokonti yung operation, so for example, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, so 5 beses nating inad sa kanyang sarili yung 3. So, 4 na operation ang gamit mo. Pero, yung isa, 5 times 3, pareha siya na 15. So, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 15. And 5 times 3 is also 15. So, kung pauuntian natin ang operation, ang pwedeng gamitin dyan is the 5 and 3. So, depende siya kung ano yung gamit sa isang situation. So, for example, we'll see in the future section that the name 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So, again, depende siya sa given. Kung halimbawa, 1 centimeter is equivalent to 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeter. So, depende siya sa gamit. So, dito kasi meron na siya ng nakalagay hindi lang basta 1. So, meron siyang sukat, meron na siyang a foot at saka inches. So, hindi na lang siya nakafocus sa number only, meron na siyang kasama na units. So, preferred style or format, meron tayong 2/4 and 1/2. So, ang 2/4 at saka ang 1/2, parehas lamang ang is equal to each other. Bakit? Kasi pag nilowest mo yung 2/4, that is 1/2. Pag naman tinaas mo pa ng 2/4, ang 1/2 magiging 2/4. Pero parehas lamang siya kasi yung isa is naka-simplest form. So, mathematical sentence is the analog of the English sentence. Kanina ko pa yan sinasabi. So, it is sometimes true and sometimes false.